Hello and welcome back to another episode of A Build a Day. And today, to celebrate Burns Night, we are building a Scottish-inspired castle because I wanted to. Me being half Scottish, Burns Night has some effect on me. Live in England, bit like annoyed about that, but oh well, can't help where you're born, I guess. But half Scottish still, so Burns Night. My dad's fully Scottish, he's Scottish, so Burns Night we usually do stuff around Burns Night because we're having friends over this weekend for that, so that'll be cool. Don't like haggis though. No thank you. I find it disgusting, but it's Burns Night, so because Scotland, we build a Scottish style castle. It turned out pretty cool actually. I really like this build. It's somewhat inspired by actual Scottish castles. So my initial thoughts are some of the more famous ones, stuff like sort of Stirling Castle, bits of that, and stuff along that sort of lines. It's like a part of Stirling Castle that it's more Gothic styled in Stirling Castle, but this design sort of come out of a lot of other castles as well. So it's just sort of a generic-y sort of, if you popped it in Scotland, it would probably fit in. But it's basically a big old rectangle. And I don't mind actually, because I think it looks pretty cool being a big old rectangle. So basically, it's big old cuboid, right? And then you build up the crenellations, and then a sort of a block in from those crenellations. So you have like a little pathway, and then you have like another sort of house sort of shape, and then I've got like a tower like bit thingy at the end of that, and then I've got like another like housey bit, and then a bit coming off the side of the ceiling, and like another like kind of chimney looking tower thingy. Then we've got like the doorway off to the side and stuff. So it's like a cuboid with extra shape, with extra stuff. So it's sort of like along those lines. It was a pretty simple build actually, because it is a cuboid with another cuboid on top. Well, 3 actually, and then 2 of those cuboids have triangular prisms. For all those people very interested in geometry, there you go. There is your daily Minecraft shape list. Yeah, don't know where I was going with that. That was a very odd tangent. But anyway, building the castle still. I don't actually know what I'm doing because I can't see. I know what I'm doing. I added a stone brick trim around the corners, and then had like these bricks sort of poking out from that trim at alternating levels. So on the right hand side at the corner, I'd have it like, I don't know, one right at the top, and then like a block gap, and then another one, and block that gap, and another one, and then on the left hand side I'd have the opposite. So where there was a gap on the right, I'd have a stone brick on the left. You could probably see it better in the screenshots, to be honest, but I mean, if you're watching on a sort of a bigger screen, you might be able to make those out. Phone, I'm not sure. you might not be able to make it out on a phone. But for those of you on a computer or even a television, yeah, if you're watching this on your telly, I don't know why you would, but hey, people do. So you'll be able to see those. But anybody on a phone, yeah, I'm sorry, you're probably gonna have to wait. Or zoom in. If you're on an iPhone, you can do that. I don't know about Samsung. Can Samsung zoom in? I don't know, because I know you can zoom on a YouTube video. It's really cool. But anyway, back on topic from my ramblings. We're now putting in the roof. So yeah, I tried to sort of have that like little roof, have the spruce wood come all the way out to the edge. It didn't work, so I changed it to have a stone brick trim instead because it looked better. It just looked a lot better. And now I'm adding the roof to the bit behind it, which you can't see. Yeah, I went about building this in a very chaotic way. None of it really made any sense. Like I was building the big tower, and then I went to build like the house bit on top, and then I went back to building the tower, and then I built another tower. It was all over the place, really. But oh well. Hey, I got it done, and it sort of started coming along. A lot of it is in the texture, if I'm being honest. A lot of it's in the texture. There are some sort of smaller details. So in the tower, we've got like these like cauldrons on like the corners, and it's sort of like got a mud brick slab sort of trim around the edge of that, which is pretty cool. And then I started punching out some windows in the walls because, you know, castle, I mean, it needs to be able to see out and light needs to get in. I've probably overdone it because it is a castle. You know, windows are a weak point. You know, it's effectively, right, you got walls on your highly defensive fortification, and then you put a hole in it. Like, you've done the enemy's job for them. So, you know, I've probably overdone it, but it looks better because it breaks up the just flat wall. You know, in real life, you get depth because the bricks and like maybe the cobblestone are like in different places, and there's like micro depth, right, that you get. But you don't get that really in Minecraft unless you have like shaders, because some shaders, if you have them on like extreme high res settings, which I have, I still don't know how my computer can run this. It's not the best. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not the greatest. But it has a normal 16 by 16 texture, and then it like breaks up each like pixel into more pixels, and it gives it like extra depth. It makes everything look so detailed without adding actual detail, which can be quite useful for sort of builds like this where the wall is basically just flat. It adds a little bit of like that sort of micro depth that you get. But it is very close up. You have to get right up close up in there to be able to see it. But yeah, oh well. There we go. We've added the door. Yeah, it helps to break up that little bit of sort of that wall, which is pretty useful because, you know, that was a pretty flat wall, and I accidentally turned the entire thing to stone. Very, very smart of me. There we go. There is a load of the texturing. And now we are selecting the sort of bottom portion to add mossy cobblestone and stone bricks, because it adds like a little bit of greenery, you know, just a little pop of green into the very, very grey walls. We also do that by adding some foliage, but we're going to do that later. and by later I believe around about now. Am I doing it? Who knows? Yes I am. So here we're adding some bushes, just randomly spamming them, wherever it needs to be. Did a couple 360s. I did a door into the tower so you can actually access the battlements. And then I added a couple windows where I felt that they were probably needed, because it needed a couple windows. And there we go. The video's over. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow.